Right, so today we are holding an AI Global Summit. The objective of this debate is to come up with an AI regulatory framework that takes into account the benefits and dangers that are implied by the rollout of AI. And we have three different teams today. I would like you to introduce yourselves, if you can. Let's start with the skeptics.
We are the skeptics side. And I'm Nina.
I'm Mattia.
And I'm an expert in human and AI relations. My name is Dr. Robot.
So I'm Sophia, I'm a philosopher, expert in AI ethics questions.
I am Simone, a politician.
And I'm Dennis, an economist.
All right.
We are the regulators. I'm Jan, a student.
Yeah, I'm Michel, a scientist in AI.
And I'm Francesco, and I'm also a university student.
our first point is that AI makes mistakes and it doesn't have a critical thinking and it doesn't question itself. And if intelligence is always evolving, however, AI should not be able to make life and death decisions. And more especially in regards to war, unlike humans, AI is instantly programmed to make fast decisions. There should always be human intervention considering the mistakes AI can make due to faulty data collection or accuracy loss.
Okay, so Sophia, I'm a philosopher, and I don't think you're seeing how far the AI will get, and I think the point of singularity will be reached in 5 to 10 years span, and you're not seeing it too far. And we think that humans in a maybe short or middle time span make way more mistakes than AI, and we can say that with the current political state of the world, because humans are really not able to decide for themselves. Do you see the numbers of wars, of genocides, of geopolitical conflicts all around the world? And I don't think you're seeing how far the AI intelligence can get to make our lives better.
I understand what you mean, Sophia. You are a philosopher, so you see the ethical side of this debate. However, as a specialist in AI and human relations, I can tell you that Robert Kurzweil, I think his name is, he said that we would reach superintelligence by 2029, which is in 4 years. We're going to see humans being replaced by AI in many different fields. I think my colleague Mattia can talk about that.
Yeah, another big problem is the massive job loss. In fact, robots will replace humans in manual jobs. For instance, Amazon, more than 1.6 million workplaces will be replaced, and there are several other companies that are ready to replace humans because robots don't get tired, are faster, so they are ready to replace them. But also other intellectual jobs can be replaced when AI will become an agent. For instance, teachers will be replaced, and there are other fields of jobs that will be replaced, such as transportation and deliveries. We can see, for instance, self-driving cars, and it will be much more frequent and common in the future. Also, creative fields and content creation, because AI will generate articles, write code, design logos, or compose music. And there are several other fields of jobs that will be replaced, and this will represent a big problem, a huge problem for economic.
Yeah, but moreover, I'd just like to ask you a question. Sorry for, I just would like you to ask you a question. If you say that AI will be will be making these decisions, where does that data come from? Because how can data make better decisions than humans if all of its data is based on human political decisions?
Actually, the question of data only applies in our current society model, and I think all of your arguments also play on that model, the current model, and I think we have to see further. We have to totally let go away all boundaries to project in an ideal society, because the growth of AI is just unstoppable, and maybe our economists could explain us the new way it would work.
Yeah, so we of course also agree with you, Mathieu. There will be job losses and there will be big economic changes, which doesn't have to be a bad thing at all, because AI or robots will just take over the work that humans have to do. So humans don't really have to work anymore and can just live from UBI or other systems, which will give them a basic income and prevent poverty. And so humans could we could live in a future, a dream life where we are not forced to work and do whatever we want to do, and where robots and AI will just do the work that we have to do ourselves right now, and that would be just a huge change and something really amazing for humanity.
Totally reorganized society.
Can I add something? I see your point. I just don't understand. I'm not really accepting of this dependence to AI, because I feel like in this model of society, our way of life would just be completely disregarded, because the world would continue being a world with AI doing everybody's jobs. What would humans do if they could not work, if they could not learn, if they could not write, create?
I think we can stop it, and that's the only way we could benefit from it.
Sorry, you mean stopping AI?
We can't stop AI, we can't stop its growth, and I think we have to project ourselves in a society where we could still benefit from its growth.
Yeah, and there's also no one forcing humans to stop doing creative work or jobs. It's just a society where no one's forced to do work and doesn't have to live in poverty or do jobs that they really hate, just to keep on living in our society and being able to finance everything. It will just be that AI will finance our lives and we can do anything we want in our free time. It's vacation for the rest of our life, and that's just something really nice.
First of all, I want to comment on your argumentation. I think it's it sounds very good, but we always have to think about the human nature, and human natures, especially from some humans, are they are pretty greedy, so they want just more and more. That's why you see you have a rich person who has enough money to work, that he doesn't have to work his entire life, but he still works because it's in the human nature that you want more things. So that's why you have a lot of poverty and a lot of rich people, because the rich people just wanting more and all for themselves, and I don't think they are freely to give up all their wealth for other people, because they are just egoistic and only see themselves as the most important aspect, especially with the conflict. There's a lot of reasons for a lot of conflicts you mentioned, on the sides, people putting their interests above other interests, and it's not a wrong decision-making process. It's just the human nature that you want the best thing for yourself and don't totally care about the others.
And also, how should humans compete in this utopian society?
There will be no competition because no work, and everyone will have the same basic income. So we totally erase those concepts of
you have to
human.
you have like this nowadays. You have like people with extremely high incomes and with low incomes, and you want to put them together. So, but then you have the problem that the people with the high income will fight for everything that they stay where they are.
Maybe they will, but they can't because the AI would be so superior. I don't want that society, but we have to project in that society because the growth of AI is unstoppable, and eventually it would reach that singularity step, and we have to try to benefit from it. We have to.
There's just a question, who would be controlling the AI?
Because it would be so intelligent that we couldn't do anything about it.
But in our current society, AI is controlled by scientists, by business owners, by CEOs. How do you think, for example, in industries like, I don't know, a car manufacturing company, where they have robots and with AI making and building all of these cars, who do you think owns that? It's not AI, it's actual people who make money and who are rich.
Where you were speaking about like the same money for everyone. Where does this money come from?
From the work that AI does. And when AI takes over the work of humans, it can, of course, work more, produce more, and so for especially like sell more things, so it will also project more income, which we all can just give equally to humans. And I of course agree with your point that there will be a lot of people and that it's just human nature that humans want to keep everything for themselves, and that's exactly the reason we are giving it to the hands of a superior AI that would be a lot more equal and a lot more fair than any human being.
Yeah, it will not be like any humans controlling the AI because it will be so big, so intelligent that we can't do anything about it. And that's not something that we want, but that's something that will happen and that nobody can do anything about.
But we have to live what we have to see in the current world. All the control, especially the AI, is controlled by all, like she said, the CEOs and the rich people. And I think they won't be willing to give up that control. To just say, yeah, let's take AI, let's give the AI control of society. They will fight for it, and I mean they are the ones with the resources to actually do it. You know?
So would you agree? First, would you agree that the development of artificial intelligence is unstoppable?
Yes.
You all agree on this.
Yes.
So what's the next phase then?
Here, I think it is. We cannot say these last 50 years of technology advancement didn't happen or destroy AI because it's too dangerous, because it's useful and we cannot go without it. But we need to have some protection from it, because if it becomes too powerful, it could, it's not sure, it could become the end of humanity. So the point I think here is not giving AI consciousness. Making it powerful but not conscious, because something which is not conscious cannot make itself conscious. You cannot stop its growth, but AI itself can't achieve consciousness without a human giving to it. So
I don't think that's true. I think AI can develop by itself. You just have, nowadays you have self-learning machines, LLM, I think.
AI doesn't understand what it's doing. It's just an algorithm. It's numbers.
Yeah.
You see letters, but these letters are just numbers in some servers in the world which compose in some phrases.
It couldn't be a real person with consciousness. I think it could be, it could play as a human consciousness, but it can't be a real consciousness, I think.
So, as we all agree that the development of AI is unstoppable, we think that it's very important to have regulations, and we thought about an institution for where a lot of experts working on to regulate the AI. So every AI company will be forced to send in their data to this institution, which isn't owned by any country and is very neutral. So this institution can stop AI development if they have to, or if they see it's becoming too dangerous. And also if like they see AI companies stealing data or doing any unethical stuff with the AI. And we should think the same rules should apply to every company, not that there are rules for companies in the United States of America, in China, or in some other country, so that everybody plays by the same rules and has to follow the same legislations. Yes.
I agree, however, I don't think it should be companies making these decisions. I think it should be nation ruled.
Well, we have like an institution where that's private from all the nations. They send like experts to it that regulate all the companies that work on developing their AIs.
I was going to retake the evolution of the AI, and I want to expose a different point of view. In fact, the AI that have reached the singularity would know what is the best for humans and allow us to maximize our society, our income, our social potential, and there could have been some misaligned objective, but they can stop and eliminate it with a good prompt. So for us, the evolution of the AI can bring only benefits to our society, and the evolution is unstoppable.
But do you still agree that the first step should be the creation of this body with multiple experts?
It is like a base to start our.
Okay.
So also a thought of us was, as we said, that we have an international
a body?
I just have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, international organization. Thank you. And then the second point was that that all play by the same rules. And then we thought like the third point that AI doesn't become that we stop the consciousness of AI. So that AI couldn't be like thinking of itself, so it doesn't become too powerful. And the last step would be to include a plan if it all goes wrong. So it's like an emergency plan that AI could be like shut off immediately, or that we could like delete the AI or stop the AI if it becomes uncontrollable. So I don't know, maybe put like bottom next to servers or like
a red button.
Yes, that in a case of an emergency, there still be hope for us humans.
Dr. Robot, what do you think of this?
We agree.
Sophia?
I do agree.
You agree too?
We don't think it's realistic, but we agree.
Yeah, well, it's all like.
I think like it's a really temporary measure. We still can't stop singularity, we think, but like maybe we could see it coming and it would be like a temporary measure, but it will come eventually.
Well, thank you very much.